Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Welcome to
today's
today's
stream.
stream.
And the
And the
reason
reason
why
why
I
I
am
am
streaming
streaming
early
early
today is
today is
because I
because I
need
need
to
to
rest.
rest.
I
I
need to
need to
sleep.
sleep.
And
And
given
given
that
that
market,
market,
there
there
was
was
no
no
US
US
market didn't
market didn't
open
open
yesterday
yesterday
because of
because
the
of the
public
public
holiday.
holiday.
As in,
As in
there've
there've
been,
been,
I've
I've
actually
actually
observed
observed
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
moves
moves
in the
in the
market
market
today.
today.
Like
Like
a
a
whole
whole
lot
lot
of
of
moves
moves
in the
in the
market
market
today.
today.
And
And
first
first
off,
off,
I'm going
I'm
to
going to
start
start
with
with
this
this
UJ.
UJ.
I
I
regretted,
regretted,
I
I
actually
actually
regretted
regretted
not
not
staying
staying
in
in
this
this
trade.
trade.
I
I
regretted
regretted
not
not
staying in
staying in
this
this
trade. I
trade. I
should have
should have
stayed
stayed
in
in
this
this
trade.
trade.
So
So
I
I
was
was
actually in
actually in
this
this
trade
trade
when
when
price
price
tapped
tapped
into the
into the
zone,
zone,
but
but
I
I
closed
closed
because
because
I
I
didn't
didn't
see
see
the
the
bullish
bullish
momentum,
momentum,
and I
and I
entered
entered
here
here
with
with
one
one
lot.
lot.
I
I
entered with
entered with
one
one
lot.
lot.
If I
If
had
I had
stayed
stayed
in
in
this
this
trade,
trade, I would have
um, I would
I
have
would have
gotten
gotten
a
a
thousand.
thousand.
I would
I
have
would have
gotten
gotten
$1,000.
$1,000.
I would have
I would have
gotten more
gotten more
than a
than
thousand dollars
$1,000
from
from
this
this
trade. I
trade.
would
I
have
would have
gotten
gotten
like
like
$2,000
$2,000
from
from
this
this
trade if
trade
I
if
had
I had
stayed in
stayed in
this
this
trade.
trade.
And
And
if
if
I
I
had
had
stayed in
stayed in
this
this
trade,
trade, even
even if
if
price is
price is
going
going
to
to
eat
eat
my
my
stop
stop
loss,
loss,
it would
it would
have
have
just
just
cost
cost
me
me
around
around
$200.
$200.
So
So
basically,
basically,
I
I
would
would
have
have
just.
just
Oh, Jesus Christ. Thinking
thinking
about
about
it
it
now
now
is
is
annoying.
annoying.
I'm
I'm
really
really
pissed at
pissed at
myself
myself
for
for
not
not
trusting my
trusting my
analysis.
analysis.
So
So
today I'm going to
gonna
open my chart
chart
today.
today.
So
So
I
I
took a
took a
trade. I
I
set a
set a
limit
limit
trade
trade
last
last
week.
week.
One
One
got
got
triggered
triggered
today.
today.
Let me see if it's running. One got triggered today, but I closed it. EUGBP. Yes, this trade. I closed this trade when it got triggered today because it was no longer valid. It was no longer valid. That was why I closed this trade with small profit. Though I was trying to hold it to reach this breaker block, but I couldn't hold for long because I wasn't going to be on the chart all day. I had a lot of work to do. So I closed this trade in profit because I knew that it was no longer valid. And I'm going to explain why it's no longer valid. It's no longer valid in the sense that price actually tapped into the discount zone. And once price is in the discount zone for a very long time, if we didn't eventually take the buy side liquidity, the sell side liquidity, it will go for the buy side liquidity. So right now I'm expecting price to enter into this zone. I'm expecting price to enter into this particular zone right here. So closing this trade was a very, very smart move for me. I would show my challenge account. I'm going to show my challenge account. But yeah. Yes, this is the challenge account right here. And looking at my history, I'm down. This week I am down 125. I'm down 125. Today I hit a loss of, my loss today was 300. My loss today was 300 on GU. My loss today was 300 on GU. And I actually did something today that I don't think I'm proud of, or I may actually be proud of. I was online when price started falling here. I was online when price started falling in this area. So what I did initially was to go and check the calendar to be sure that no news is driving this thing. So when I checked the calendar, I discovered that there was no red folder news today, and I mean no red folder news today, GBP or GU red folder. So I actually don't know what caused price to move this way. Though I was already in on a sell order already on GU in my private account because since price actually swept this high, I knew that I was expecting a retracement. The retracement I was expecting was a retracement that would actually sweep this low right here, sweep this liquidity and then go and take the upper high. But I guess, I don't know what actually drove price down to this extent. I don't know what drove price down to this extent. But currently I'm looking at EU. I'm currently looking at EU. I'm looking at a buy entry. I'm looking for a buy entry on EU, but that is actually dependent on if this SL will, if this stuff will hold. This liquidity right here is going to hold. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by if it's going to hold. Because when you, looking at the trade right here, normally after a liquidity sweep, supposed to experience a price push to the upside. And the reason why the price is supposed to push to the upside is because of this imbalance. Normally, the price wants to feel a little bit of this imbalance before coming down. But currently, I'm actually looking at price tapping into FVG, into an FVG right here, then reverting immediately, like revising immediately. So it actually goes to show that we still have a lot of sellers. A lot of sellers are in the market currently, and they are looking to push price down. They're looking to push price down. So in a way, it's kind of affecting. They're looking to push price down, and it's affecting people that want to buy. That want to actually push price up. Now looking at EU, I'm expecting price to come to psychological level. 1.1600. I'm expecting price to come to 1.1600 right here, at least. I'm expecting price to come to that zone at least before any push back up, because I kind of believe that a lot of people would have their TP right here. There's a liquidity waiting at that zone. There's liquidity waiting at that zone. At this zone, 1.600, there's liquidity waiting at this zone. So I was so fortunate enough to take that after, the thing with this my entry was that it took me out, then it reversed. So I was lucky that when I got taken out, I was still on the chart. So basically what I did was to enter the order back. So I kind of entered and I was able to recover some of the losses that I incurred. The problem is that if I had increased my SL a little bit, I would have still been in the trade, and I wouldn't have closed with I would not have actually closed with a loss. The trade wouldn't have closed in a loss. But I was fortunate that immediately it took me out. I was actually on the chart and I saw that price was moving towards the direction that I predicted, and I instantly entered the trade just to recover some of the losses that I incurred. And I've been able to recover a little bit, so I'm left with 125. Of all the trades that I regretted last week, it's actually this trade on UJ. It's the trade on UJ. The trade on UJ. Let me open my second account. Is this trade on UJ? This trade on UJ right here. This trade on UJ. I was in this trade. And I actually set my TP at this high last week, but I closed in profit. I closed in profit, but it wasn't that substantial because I actually wasn't convinced enough that price is going to push up to the upside. I didn't get the confirmation that I was looking for, that price would change from coming down to moving up. I didn't get that confirmation that price would change from a bearish momentum to a bullish momentum. So I just closed. And unfortunately, because I closed, I kind of missed out on this old 200 pips move. And that's just the irony of it all. You either stay in, you incur the loss you want to incur, you move on to the next one, than keep closing the stuff halfway. So I came across a guy that actually did analysis, and with the mathematical calculation that he gave, I kind of discovered that if I'm able to actually close, if I'm able to win 50% of my trades and lose 50% of my trade, I'll be profitable. In fact, if I'm able to win about 40% of my trade, if I'm able to win about 40% of my trade with a minimum risk to reward ratio of about 1 to 3 RR, I'm going to be profitable. So the thing about this thing is someone's ability to basically just stay in the trade longer, and someone's ability to just be as artless as possible. It's kind of hard. It's hard to see your order red and then all of a sudden, I mean, it's hard to see consistently see red. It's hard to consistently see red. It's hard to consistently see red. It's very, very difficult. Oh my God. But I'm just getting used to seeing green. I mean, I'm getting used to seeing green, and I'm telling you, it is amazing. It is lovely seeing green consistently. There is nothing as lovely as seeing green. Oh my goodness. There is nothing as beautiful as seeing green. There is nothing as beautiful as closing your week in profit. Nothing as beautiful as closing your week in profit. Jesus Christ. So basically, what I'm going to do today is something I couldn't do yesterday because there was no move in the market and there was no move in the market yesterday. So I will do what I wanted to do yesterday today. Now, I've made a loss here because I didn't hold my trade. So what I'm going to do is to draw this here. So right now, I'm expecting price to take this eye. I'm expecting price to take this eye. I'm expecting price to take this eye. But looking at this, it's not going to be straightforward. Taking off that eye is not going to be straightforward. So what I will be expecting, if that eye will be taken, is a retracement to this level. I'm expecting a retracement to this level. I'm expecting a retracement to this level. Or change the state of delivery. In fact, this is a change in state of delivery has occurred in this area. There is, I'm currently looking at the change in state of delivery right here. I'm currently looking at a change in state of delivery right here. It has happened once. When price actually swept this eye, the reason why I'm using the term liquidity sweep is because the candle didn't close above when it swept it. It came back down to retest. I'm going to enter this trade with a buy, but it's risky. It's risky. It's actually risky entering this trade with a buy. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. It's risky entering this trade with the buy. It's very, very risky. It's very, very risky entering this trade with the buy. It is really, really risky entering this trade. And the reason why it's a bit risky is because there is no price is bullish, obviously. UJ is bullish at the moment, but there is no confirmation right now. I'm sure that price will reach 149. I'm sure that price is going to reach 149 at least. Price is going to close below or above 149. But then I don't know if price will want to push up immediately. I don't know if price will want to push up immediately. So I think I'm just going to watch. I'm going to watch price. I'm going to watch price move. Because this would be a very good entry for me. This region would be a good entry for me. This breakup block right here. And the reason why I'm looking at this place as a possible entry is because of this engineered liquidity right here. This engineered liquidity right here. I'm looking at this engineered liquidity. So if price actually comes down to either form a double bottom here or take out this liquidity and tap into this breakup block, I want to believe that there's going to be some sort of a push. I want to believe there's going to be some sort of a push. But I know that UJ is bullish. UJ is bullish. UJ is bullish. I'm sure of that. I'm sure that UJ is bullish. And since this eye got taken out, the next eye would be this eye right here. This is the next target. This is the next target. This is the next target right here. So today I was trying to enter a sell order for GJ when GJ was falling. My broker did not allow me. My broker didn't let me enter this trade My broker didn't let me enter this trade, and it was really, really frustrating for me because I mean, this is GJ for crying out loud. They didn't. They didn't let me take the trade. Oh my god! They didn't let me take the trade, and I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't let me take the trade. But when price was coming down, when price was falling on GJ and GU, I was lucky that I was already in GU trade. But I really don't trade GJ like that because of the way it's been moving. I was in GU. I closed GU when it got to the amount that I wanted. And oh my god, today has been really, really interesting. So basically, I just want to catch a buy order for all the pairs that fell, for all the pairs that dropped today. I'm looking at basically just entering a buy order. I'm looking at entering a buy order for all the pair that dropped. That is GJ, GU, and EU as well. I know that EU is going to fall to this psychology level. It is going to fall at least to this level right here. I'm just going to enter. So I'm looking at EU to fall to this other block. There's an other block here. There's an other block in this area. There's an other block there. I'm sure EU is going to enter this zone. I'm sure EU is going to enter this zone. There's an other block right here on 1 hour time frame. Let me go to 1 hour. There's an other block here. There's an other block here. So I'm expecting EU to tap into this zone. I'm expecting EU to tap into this zone at least to get to this psychology level right here. And if EU, if price actually refuse to if prices refuse to turn bullish when it taps into this zone, then I think we're going to have to sell. I'm going to have to sell EU. I'm going to have to sell this pair. But I'm going to open a sell order on both EU and GU. So I would look at GU now and see where price wants to come to. GU has been falling. Oh, how I wish I held. How I wish I held. Oh my god. How I wish I held my entry today. I was in this GU trade. I closed on time. If I had held, I think I would be up about 130 pips now. But I closed on time. So I'm going to see if GU would react from this zone. I'm going to see if it's going to react from this zone. Oh, how I wish I held. I'm flabbergasted. Oh my god. I just wish I held. Oh, Jesus Christ. I will hold this trade. I'm going to hold this Euro USD trade. Yeah, so I will hold EU because I'm convinced that price is going to come into this zone. I'm convinced that price is going to come into this zone. I'm really convinced that price is going to tap into this zone. But I just don't know if it's going to reject it immediately. So I would leave EU trade. I'm going to leave the EU trade open. Now moving on to the next GJ. Moving on to the next pair, which is okay. Let me look at GJ. GJ immediately reacted from that zone. It came down, down. There's every possibility that it's going to break this. It will break this level. It's going to break this level. Price is going to sweep to tap into the zone. In fact, sell. Everything is a sell. Everything is a sell. This thing didn't tag me in here. Price didn't actually tag me in here. So I'm just going to put SL, just in case. I'm going to put a SL. I've added SL to it. I've added SL to this trade. So I've added my SL. I'm pretty convinced that price is going to come back to this psychological level. Probably react from this other block. Price might react from this other block. Price might react from this other block. But assuming I had a footprint chart, I would have actually confirmed the intensity of the buy and sell that's currently going on. But I don't have a footprint chart, so I guess I'm just going to stick with how strong the candle, the weight of the candle. I'm just going to stick with the weight of the candle. I believe that price is going to enter this. Price is going to react from this zone. I strongly believe that price is going to react from this zone right here. So I will wait. It might not be a strong reaction, but I'm very convinced that price is going to react from this zone. Price is going to react from this zone. Price is going to react from this zone. That's my conviction. Now, moving on to the next pair, I will go and check the other pairs, particularly this one that I closed. It's SL. Thank God I closed it. Now, the reason why I actually closed this, when the order got triggered, I was in profit. I think I was in about $200 profit. But I decided to hold. After analyzing, I decided to close. And I'm going to break down why I actually closed. From this area to this area is a range. From this area to this area is a range. That's why I left the gangs box there. And this is the equilibrium. For a very, very long time, price have been dancing in this area, this sell-side liquidity. Price have been dancing around there. And I know that if there's going to be any parachutes, any shoots to the upside, there's every possibility that price will be aiming for this buy-side liquidity. Right here. Price will be aiming for this zone. So my whole aim basically was just to catch a little bit of a retracement, here. A little bit of a retracement here, and probably hold to see if sellers will take over. Sellers will actually take over the market. But with what I was able to observe today, I kind of discovered that buyers are strongly in charge of the market. So I closed in small profits this morning, and I'm actually glad that I closed. I'm glad that I closed that. Now I am looking for a possible entry. I am looking for an entry. I'm looking for a trade to take. Let me go back to 1 hour. I'm currently just looking for a trade to take. I'm looking for a trade to take. I'm looking for possible entries. Whenever I open chat like this, whenever I open an order, that's always where my mind is. My mind is usually on it's usually just there most of the time. But I remember someone told me that once you open a trade, you already accept the loss. That is the only way that I can successfully actually open a trade and be able to hold. He said once I open a trade, I should already accept the loss immediately. I should already accept the loss, and I think I'm going to adhere to that. I'm going to adhere to that advice today. I will adhere to the advice today. I'm going to stick. I will stick to it. I'm going to stick to it, even though my mind, inner mind is telling me that I should close it. I'm not going to do that. So that is for EU. I didn't take any. I took gold trade today. I don't think I did. I didn't take any gold trade today. No, let me see my order. Let me see my chart. I took one gold trade today based on a signal that I got. But when I looked at when I looked at it on the lower time frame, I decided to close. I decided to close that order because at that point, sellers were in control. Sellers were in control and they were really, really pushing price down. So I actually closed. I closed that trade in red. I closed that trade in red because the thing about gold is that one of the reasons I am really scared of trading gold, one of the reasons I get very, very scared of trading gold is that gold works in mysterious ways. Gold moves in mysterious ways, as in mysterious ways. Gold can be bullish today, and in a couple of seconds, not minutes, seconds, immediately, it's just going to reverse and move like 500 pips. 500 pips that is wide enough to blow someone's account. You see, before taking trade, before entering any trade, I like just thinking. Apart from what the market is telling me, I like thinking. I like thinking if I have the psychological strength to take a trade. And for a very long time, I've avoided gold. And the reason basically why I've avoided gold is because I've made a lot of losses trading gold. And I believe that the reason why I'm making those losses is because I haven't really gotten good at trading gold, because it's different. People that actually trade currency pairs consistently know that when you trade gold, the feel is different. Like everything about trading gold is just different. And from what I've been able to observe, the best strategy to trade gold is using multiple TPs. It's the best strategy to trade gold. The best strategy to trade gold is using multiple TPs. And the reason why that is the best strategy is because of how unpredictable, very, very unpredictable gold can be. But there are people that have actually mastered the art of trading gold. Like a lot of people have gained mastery in trading gold, and I'm actually looking forward to be a master of gold, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just going to take the time. Oh God. It's going to happen. It's just going to take the time. It's going to happen. Oh my God. It's just going to take the time. I'm gonna hold this trade. I will hold this trade. I will hold this trade. I will hold this trade. In fact, this trade will eat my SL. This trade will eat my SL. Let me see. Okay. Rejection. People are trying to buy. People are trying to buy from that zone. People are trying to buy EU from that zone. I'm gonna close the trade and enter back. Oh my God, what is happening? See how it's full of suspense. Suspense! I think US market just opened. I think US market just opened. I've reduced my SL. US market just opened. It's the SL. US market just opened. Myself. US market just opened. And price is very, very unstable. US market just opened and price is very unstable. I don't want to risk it. So that's 3 pips out. That's 3 pips out. Oh my God, this is fun. This is interesting. Seriously, this is something that is very, very interesting. So I will just wait for price to come to this region. I'm just going to wait for price to come to this region. That's what I'm going to do. I'll wait for price to enter this other block before taking another buy, before entering a buy order. On Sunday, when I was actually doing this market analysis with another trader, looking at it, I was like, this thing was going to come down. Like, EU was giving this QMR vibe. The vibe that EU was giving was QMR vibe. But the SL, I was in this trade, I think last week as well. I closed with 30 pips when there was rejection, price rejection. And there was price rejection. You see, the major issue I'm having with trading is basically at the moment, because I know I'm going to get good as time goes on. The major issue that I'm having is the fact that my SL, I don't want to be setting too wide of an SL, even though sometimes it's usually logical to do that. I don't want to set SL that is too wide, even though it makes sense. It's something that I haven't gotten I haven't reached the level where I'll be setting that kind of SL. Because there are some trades that I wouldn't have been stopped out of if my SL was wide enough. But then, based on risk analysis and risk management, it's something that I could not actually take a chance on. It's something that I couldn't take a chance on, because if I had gone further to increase the SL the way the SL should be, if I had gone further to widen it, it would have affected the calculation that I made. It would have affected my calculation based on risk management. The trader I was in here, EU, a couple of days ago, I set my SL to be as wide as this. I've never entered a trade with a trade that is not gold, with a 40 pips SL. So when it gave me 1-to-1 ratio, almost 1-to-1 ratio, I decided to close that order. And I was so lucky that price actually, what is this thing called? Price retraced, then it started coming down. It's been, oh my God. And this morning, I tried taking a buy. This morning, I just saw this. I tried taking a buy from this area. I started taking a buy from here to take out this eye. But then, I don't know probably what happened. A news or something. I've been looking at the calendar to see what affected the market to that level. I've been looking at the calendar to see what actually affected the market to that level. You see, whenever I want to enter an order, the first thing I would do is to think. And the thing is that most times I don't think myself out of some trades. Like, I will think myself out of some trade. Think myself out of it. Like, what if it eats this spinning? What if it does And I think the fact that sometimes I over-calculate and over-strategize on taking trades, it's one of the things that actually contributed to the losses that I've been making. And even today, the fact that I was thinking too much on the trade that I took today, it's made me closed on time. So I would have been in a trade for a long time, but just because I didn't understand what was driving price down, I didn't understand what was actually dragging price down. There was nothing on the calendar, there was no news, no red folder news, no medium folder news. So I decided to actually close, because I mean that's like the logical thing to do, to close, since there is no cost that I could deduce that was actually causing that was bringing price down. So I decided to close. And when I closed, price after that moved about 80 pips. So I'm just fortunate. I am lucky that the market gave me small pips, a little bit of profit on my personal account, small profit on the personal account. But I believe that I am learning. It's a learning process for me. So this is all I can give for today. By the grace of God, before going to bed today, I will take a look at the chart as well to see what has happened and to take the next step. Thank God I actually closed. Thank God I closed this. Thank God I closed this. Immediately NY opened, I actually saw the volatility. It's just that sometimes I wish that I have footprint charts. You know, if I could read footprint charts in a way, it's going to help me in making subtle confirmations to see if I'm to stay in a trade longer, to see if I'm to leave, or to see if a trade would actually be worth it for me. So it's a skill that I will acquire in the future, but that one is future tense. Future tense, something I'm going to do in the future. But currently, what I want to perfect is my trading psychology. What I want to work on, what I am working on right now, is my trading psychology. It's exactly what I am working on. My trading psychology. Trading psychology is just I don't know how to explain trading psychology. But one thing I've discovered is that most of the traders that have gone far, most of the traders that are really, really doing well in this space, they've mastered the psychological aspects of trading. That's apart from their skills and their risk management skill, they've mastered the psychological level of trading. So that's it for today. That's it for today. See you guys tomorrow. See you guys next time. By God's grace.